issues.
Yeah.
Should I insult you? Should I go around?
So what I'm saying is that the situation over the last few weeks has been very hostile.
Yeah,
And so
obviously
I'm going to react as a human being to that hostility in a negative way as well.
Okay.
That's how I dealt with it. So what we're going to have to do going forwards as a community at Speaker's Corner is to be able to have discussions, even if we disagree with each other very strongly, without it getting to a point where saying, oh, well, you're a hateful person, you're a bigot, you're a racist and all that kind of stuff.
Content over everything!
Because one thing I've always said about Shamsi, people always say, oh, well, Shamsi, this, Shamsi. I said, listen, one thing he's never done is that whenever we've spoken, you've never said, Raj, you're this or you're that. All we do is have a discussion, even though we disagree. Yeah, but a lot of people don't do it like that. What they will do is start shouting abuse at you and say, you're a racist person, you're a bigot, you're this, you hate Islam, you have all of this. So what we need to
especially if you're going around to Islam, this
yeah,
Islam,
I'm not. Hold on. First of all, I don't say Islam. Whenever I talk, I want to say something on the camera. Try and find me a video where I've dissed Allah, where I've said anything against Muhammad, whether I've said anything against Islam as you guys as a religion. I don't care if Muslims pray 5 times a day. I don't care if you want to pray over it. It doesn't bother me. Or stuff like that, you want to fast. All I criticize is a particular system that I feel is not conducive to humanity, which is Sharia penal code.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, that's my opinion. So,
which is subjective.
So what I
no, wait. Is a brother reminder with something. Don't say to humanity. Don't speak on their behalf.
You can't speak on behalf of humanity.
All right. So I believe
you,
I can say it, and I will say it.
But it's not.
No. But
they are human. Are you happy for me to speak on their behalf?
What I'm saying is that I believe. I'm going to say I believe. My belief is not conducive to humanity.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
Because I believe people like Sophia Lewis, who's transgender, or people that are maybe homosexual, though I may not agree with homosexuality, I don't think these people should be punished with these penal codes of like either imprisonment.
Safety doesn't represent humanity. You can't say that.
But what I'm saying is that the reason.
We don't want to go for the topic, but
the main point. So what I'm saying, we don't want to go negative. We can do that in another. We can.
No, but one thing.
But the main thing we need to keep upon is that we should be able to have a discussion about heated subjects without it getting either too volatile, personal.
I mean, it's calling each other names like sincere. There's no problem with that.
Yeah.
As long as you don't swear, bringing someone's mother, bringing someone's father and his religion into the. But one point I want to mention that you were going around and this is Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia.
Going around Sophia.
Yeah,
Sophia, you're asking the Muslims what is her punishment or.
Yeah, I want because a lot of people are saying
to the Muslim that
the reason why we're doing this is because a lot of people say Sophia Lewis hates Muslims, and what I was trying to say to them is that look, why would she like Islam if the particular systems or the penal codes of Sharia would be detrimental to her? It's like, and this is don't take this the wrong way. It's like a chicken, like in KFC.
Yeah,
they're not gonna like it, and the same with Sophia Lewis. You cannot expect her to like Sharia because.
Who's asking her to like?
But what I'm saying is that a lot of people are going.
No, wait.
Hold on.
A lot of people. Islam. Islam, nothing happened to her.
So let me just finish something. So
she's just what do you call it, transgender? Or
something? What happens is that a lot of people keep coming over to her saying, "Oh, why do you hate Muslims? Why do you hate Islam? Why do you?" And I'm just trying to explain. Maybe one of the reasons, maybe she might be a bit hostile, is because of this particular system that might be detrimental to people like her. Yeah, can you clarify the position? Do you want to clarify the position?
Islam, look, in Islam, first of all, if I speak to her, or...
Do you want to come in a bit?
Really, I was just going to speak like normal.
Yeah, she can come in a little bit.
But my point here is, the first thing I want to deal with is believing God. Because it's pointless me and her talking about what is the punishment or what is the rulings and so on. Because if we don't understand that we as a Muslim, we're coming from the angle we believe in the Creator. And we believe the Creator knows what is good for us and what is bad for us in details. As humans, sometimes we think something is good for us, but in reality it's not. Do you understand that? So that's the first thing. I'm not going to discuss about her personal life and so on. You understand? But the other thing that Islam doesn't mean because someone say, I'm gay, we have to kill him, or the Muslim have to kill him. This is not the case. Okay, it's not the case at all. You understand? So people, they try to, I notice, people what they're doing, they try to scare people away from Islam by bringing these capital punishments. You see what I'm saying? That if you're gay in Islam, they throw you from the building. This is not the case. This is not just because someone says gay. In Islam, yes, there is a capital punishment for someone having fornication or adultery. There is, understand? For male or female, both of them. Understand?
Yeah.
But this punishment, to be honest, is just to scare people away, because in order for you to establish this punishment, it's too hard to
All right,
do
so
so.
look, you said something very important, to scare
Understand?
people away.
Yeah, to scare
So
people away from
obviously-
committing,
Hold on,
from committing, hear me out, from committing the sin.
Hold on,
That's what I'm saying.
I need to pinpoint something. You said it's to scare people away. And
From
it's
committing
working.
the sin.
Hold on.
No, from committing the sin.
Hold on. You're to scare people from committing the sin that
Yeah.
you perceive to be a sin. So somebody like Sophia Lewis.
She's not Muslim.
but
So it
one
doesn't
sec-
apply to her.
All right. So just for argument's sake, if she was Muslim, yeah, just for argument's
No,
sake.
no. If she was Muslim, therefore, logic dictates, if I'm a Muslim, what does it mean? Mean I submit to Allah. What is the logic dictate? If I do submit to Allah, therefore I come to, with knowledge and certainty, to conclusion that Allah knows about myself better than anyone else. When I submit to Him, then I should not commit that sin. But even if I do commit that sin, I still believe Allah is the often forgiving and most merciful. So Sharia, let me clarify that. Sharia does not apply to non-Muslims. Rather, in Islamic law, the non-Muslims, they have their own courts.
What about people that are not from the book though?
You know, Ibn Qayyim mentioned,
Like us pagans.
no, Ibn Qayyim mentioned even the pagans, they are people of the book. Applies, same thing applies to them.
All right. So
Anyway, my point is, look, I'm not
let's
here
not
to...
deviate because we're going to get into
but I'm not here
negativity.
to be apologetic to no one, understand?
Yeah.
But I'm saying what is Islam, but people try to scare people away from Islam.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I will discuss with her, about God.
But one
First
thing look, you do have sway within the park. You said, I think I remember you saying in another video, you're not coming back. But
Yeah.
Obviously you
I
came.
stopped for a month.
Yeah, and it was good because the park it's become very stupid, but it's getting better. One of the problems is that you have people from, unfortunately, the Muslim community that are gravitating towards Sophia and being extremely abusive towards
Not
her.
good. That's very bad.
And then whether you disagree with her or whether you agree with her is pointless.
Yeah,
Like,
it
she's
should
still
not
a human
attack
being.
her or insult her. That's haram in Islam. That will not change her to go back to what she was or whatever.
And it's going to make her
understand?
hate Islam more.
That's without any doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All this
That's
you're doing,
true.
you're hardening
That's
her
true.
heart
Yeah.
towards the faith, whereas the way you should be kind of
Because Allah
handling
subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the Quran, وَأَمَّا الَّذِي بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَهُ عَدَاوَةٌ كَأَنَّهُ وَلِيٌّ حَمِيمٌ. As for someone who have enmity toward, or you have like he's your enemy, take him as your best friend.
Yeah.
That's how you soften someone's heart.
Because
As insulting you, I'm not going to soften your heart.
because I want to say, like, I don't really agree with homosexuality, but if you saw me around gay people, I don't have no issues with them, in the sense that I may not agree with the lifestyle, but I don't want to do anything to them. I want them to live their lives and be happy, and that's what it should be with if you don't agree with someone.
That's
you
different
don't-
subject because.
But what I'm saying to you is that I also have orthodox views, but when I'm around people,
But if you care about people, so it's Kayuraj,
Yeah.
if you believe what they're doing is wrong and you do care about them, then you should advise them.
I don't
That's
know,
what
the
I
thing
would
is,
do. That's what I do when
yeah.
I do Samir. What I do, if I believe someone is wrong and I really care about that person, I will advise him or her without forcing her or forcing him. Understand?
yeah, I mean, you can advise without,
Advise.
yeah, as long
Even
as
if
it's
they believe
polite.
I'm doing wrong,
Yeah.
I said to you many times on the camera, if you believe I'm wrong, come we talk and advise one another.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect, I make mistakes.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, you said the word right, advising.
Yeah, advise
If
is
you're
what we do.
advising someone, that is different from because a lot. I mean, I don't know if you. Sorry to Modine, but obviously,
please, I don't know.
no, but he's not the
Modine,
only
man.
one. He's not the only one
Come
that
on,
is like saying, oh, you're a really beautiful girl, but not ever hand saying that, she's gonna burn in hell. So it's kind of like a very extreme.
That guy one day talking about sex and doing nasty stuff. Next minute, in the same discussion, talking about can't believe in God, pray to Allah. This is majnoon, akhi. Me,
The thing is that you take him seriously.
yeah, that's barakallah. fik. You don't take him
myself-
serious.
Well, generally, people, why you take him seriously?
Well,
Yeah.
I definitely don't take Modine.
No, you
seriously.
know, and why was it? Sorry, there's one thing I don't understand, barakallah. fik. What I don't understand, Raj, even the brothers and the people that I start recording, because I've been here for 12 years.
Yeah.
What I noticed, a lot of people are coming down to Speaker's Corner just to become famous.
Yeah.
Regardless what they're going to say on the camera. I see people swearing at each other. I'm thinking, even I advise many brothers and people that record. I said, not everything that you record in Speaker's Corner, you should put it out there. Because why? Now Speaker's Corner became worldwide. So when the people watch just 2 minutes of two persons insulting each other, they don't understand the background of the
But
events.
that's also responsibility on us as well as the people that are discussing. So if we see people kind of like in the crowd heckling and saying rude words, we should be able to say, look, we want to keep the discussion civil because
That's true.
we got to all take
That's true.
responsibility.
That's
Like
true.
one of my biggest problems when someone starts saying something, I get so distracted that I'll suddenly turn my view,
Yeah, that's
and the
true.
whole conversation will go from something productive
Yeah.
to negative,
Negative, yeah.
and then when I come back, I'm in a negative mood.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So-
Like, even me, just when I came now,
Yeah.
I see a lot of Christians came to me
Yeah.
and shouting at me.
Yeah.
But the problem is sometimes you want to walk off from them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you do walk off from them, they say, "What, you
Yeah,
scared?"
chicken, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm
I
saying?
get it all the time.
So when they say, whatever you do, you're gonna win. When they have
And the thing is, what people don't realise is that when you're speaking in public and then people are coming up to you for the whole day, and then by the end of the day, you're going to be a bit tired. You might meet
Tired,
me at 7
yeah.
o'clock here when I've had 50 people haranguing me, and I might be a little bit more volatile to that person towards the end of the day. So we have to take that into account that we're all human beings and
That's
we have our
true,
flaws
that's
here. All we can do is like, I think with the people that do speak and want to speak on camera, we're going to take the responsibility of how we say things.
things and
And
yeah.
so I'll give you an example. Like I said, a good example is I said ban the burqa. I should have said let's discuss the burqa. And that's a prime example of how I could have said something.
even the Jewish women, they should not wear it.
Yeah, I agree. All face veils should be not thinking. But
Even wearing the Hamlet for the motorbikes.
well, obviously that's different. That's for
Well,
protection.
the most crimes is being carried out by them.
No, it's not back. Let's not go into it 'cause it's going to get negative. But,
I'm saying, are you aware of that?
Yeah, but can I say something?
Even now they're thinking how to
but
stop the
can I say something?
motorbikes.
Can I say something?
Yeah,
This is a straw man argument that's always given. I've never talked about banning the burqa for
you wanna discuss-
security. For security, I've talked about it for social cohesion. So I think for
What do you mean social cohesion?
well, I believe that if you can't speak to somebody and see their face, I think it's a barrier that is causing causing division between communities, and so it's hard to communicate with somebody where you
Rush,
don't
don't
have
you speak
that.
to someone over the phone and you give him your personal
Well, the
details?
thing is,
No, Rush.
Yeah, I give that. This is an argument I've heard a lot.
Step by step,
Yeah, yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
Rush, you have no problem. I have no problem to speak to someone over the phone,
Yeah.
and we give him what? Our own personal details.
All right, so
And you haven't seen her or seen him.
yeah, so I've heard this argument a lot, and let me give you an example of how the reason why people accept the phone is because there's no alternatives until now. Now there's an alternative. When people can talk on Skype, they will talk on Skype. My mum is 70 something.
Rush,
What was it?
that's
My
not
mum
true,
is
man.
70 something years
Are you
old.
telling me every person that works in the bank and wants to call you about your
But
bank account
but-
is going to call you through
Yeah,
Skype?
but what I'm saying is that
Come on.
most people got used to the phone because there was no alternatives. There will come a point.
No, because you have to see someone to speak to.
There
You don't see him.
will come a point where the people speaking on the phone and seeing each other will be so normal that would be the norm. Because the only reason the phone has been accepted and people accept that is because there was no alternative.
That's straw man argument.
There was no
Rush, you know why, Rush?
alternative.
My point here, you don't have to see someone to speak to. That's my point.
No, I've never
If
said
this-
that.
That's what you said.
You're
speak-
straw manning me.
No.
I said I didn't say you can't speak to someone. I've spoken to a lady in a burqa just 2 weeks ago and had a conversation for an hour.
Even over the phone.
No,
you can
no,
have.
here.
No, I'm saying
So-
even over the phone,
Yeah, so
you can
what-
have a nice argument, laughing, respectful, everything.
My argument is not about whether you can speak to that person. My argument is about social cohesion, meaning that.
Define that now.
Yeah,
So
define it.
basically, I mean social cohesion is that when you have groups of disparate people around the UK with different beliefs, come from different areas.
Yeah.
One thing that is going to unify you is being able to communicate easily and be able to recognise that person and how they feel and what their emotions are when you're talking to them.
You don't have
So-
to know. You don't have
so-
to recognize.
so-
You don't have to recognize everyone to speak to.
I'm saying that is ideal for social cohesion.
That's
in the
your
sense that-
opinion, to be honest.
Proof
So-
you have that
so-
it affects
Yeah.
So we
Apart
know.
from your
Hold
opinion.
on. From the UK, we know. One of the most marginalised communities now is the Muslim community.
Okay, and why is that? Why is
Because
that?
I
Because of niqab, though?
I believe.
No, wait.
I
The
be-
Jews, no, the
I
Orthodox Jews,
believe-
the Orthodox Jews, they are the most isolated community.
The Muslim community.
No, the Jews are Orthodox Jews.
Yeah, and I don't agree with the Jews either.
No, how come no one speaks about them?
Because it's such a small
No,
group.
Rush, sorry, Rush. Now he said to you, how do you know, because I want to emphasize on that point. He said to you, how do you know that it's affecting the social cohesion, yeah? And you said to him, what is known in Britain, the most isolated people are the Muslim community. That's not true. It's the Jews.
Oh yeah, well, I'll
No,
refrain from that. I'll rephrase.
So now,
one of them.
no, instead of the Muslims mix, you go to what? To South London, Muslims are mixing with the non-Muslims. You go to many places, Muslims mixing with the non-Muslims. But you go to what they call it again? No, okay, what they call it in North London? The Jews. No, what is it? Stamford Hill. Stamford Hill. You go there, the Jews by themselves. Rather, women walk on one pavement and a man, a man on the other pavement. My question, if you really care to everyone about women. How come no one's speaking about the Jewish woman?
All right, so it is to do with the numbers and the amount of people that you see from those communities. So when I go to my local
Raj, that's my
supermarket,
question. Can you answer my question?
No,
Raj?
I'm trying to answer it through this because you're saying to me, why don't I mention the Jews?
How come no one, not just you,
Yeah,
many people?
Yeah, and I have to agree with you. They are one of the most isolated communities as well, and I believe that's problematic as well.
So you're gonna start speaking about this?
Because they have their own enclaves. But the thing is about their community is so minuscule in terms of the numbers compared to say the Muslim community, and the Muslim community is growing as well.
And mixing. And speakers corner, look.
So it is growing.
Even G-Circle, they have Muslims.
So it is growing, yeah. And and the thing is, you know, and I know that there is no real dawah within the Jewish community to expand their group.
No, but then you're refusing.
No.
Yeah, you're from the argument.
What
It's
I'm-
the argument.
Social
Yeah, and so what I'm saying
cohesion,
is that
yeah.
what? Hold on.
Doesn't
Hold on.
Jews include
So
social
hold on. So
Yeah.
when it
Hey,
comes
he's
to hold
a
on,
strong man.
hold on. When it comes
He's
to
a strong man.
when it comes to
social
demographic,
cohesion
hold on.
only
You need to let me
includes
finish.
Yeah, go ahead,
You need to let me
Muslims,
finish. What I'm trying to say to you, the larger the population, yeah, the more effect it has on the indigenous or other populations. Now, if you have the Jewish community who is very small and is not growing, yeah,
Who do they not grow it?
they're not growing at the rate that Muslims are growing because Muslims are doing
So
dawah,
in the
and
concept
also
how many
this.
percentage of Muslim women wear niqab then?
Yeah.
In terms of you're affecting social cohesion. Again,
Yeah.
All right.
Very few women.
All right. So
Very Muslim women.
Let me give you an example of my area. I'm not going to say what area I live, but it's a large Muslim area. When I used to walk around,
I know where is that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say-
Whitechapel.
No, it's not that area. You're mad. I'm from Whitechapel.
Saful.
Down to Whitechapel. Not
Southall,
South. No, big up
Southall.
Southall, but I'm not from Southall.
You're from there.
No, I'm not that.
you there, right?
You're stereotyped because I'm a Sikh. I'm on Southall. I'm from a big Muslim area.
Right,
So
I've seen you there.
I'm from a big Muslim area. That's just another fact.
Anyway, listen, we will try to summarize it.
Yeah, so let me just say
He
something.
got you there.
So
What
no,
about
you
the
didn't get me anywhere.
social
You didn't
cohesion?
get me anywhere.
You're still struggling to
No, you
explain
didn't
it.
get
Go
me
on.
anywhere. So what I'm trying to say is that when I grew up, yeah, during the 80s and 90s, you'd never see women with niqabs or burqas. In the year 2000, you'd start seeing one or two. Then in 2010, 2000, you'd see more. Now when I go out, yeah, I see at least, when I'm going to my supermarket, maybe 5 to 6. And what I'm saying is that this particular trend, if it continues to grow to that rate, it will start affecting social cohesion because
Yeah,
these
give us
people.
statistic, yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
Disclaimer, right?
Hold on. You can I say something? You could refute every argument by asking for statistics.
And you can claim anything.
And so yeah, and I'm claiming it.
Barakallah.
So I'm claiming it.
Raj, anyway,
So
last, I have to go, Raj.
Anyway,
What I said to you-
so what we'll say here, we'll have another discussion in the future, and we will talk about it. But let's keep things sensible,
Yeah,
and everybody kind of relax a bit. Tell some of your Muslim brothers like deep as
No,
well.
I would say no. I would say no. You know why? It's true.
You done
I
it
came
Shahada,
here-
didn't you?
Listen. When the British government gives someone British passport and it does a crime, no one blame the British government. Okay, so doesn't mean I gave him Shahada.
No,
therefore people
I'm not
gonna
saying.
blame
I'm
me.
not saying that.
Okay.
I just think.
Now, let me
can I
finish.
just say that?
Raj,
I'm
let
not
me
trying to
finish.
blame you. I'm not
I
trying to
understand.
blame you. Yeah.
Okay, what I'm saying, I came today because remember I said I'm not gonna come back here, and I came last week for a month. I stopped. Yeah, I came just to say let me come. No, when I say I'm not coming back here, doesn't mean forever. I say I will come now and then. Yeah. Today, as for today, the reason I came to speak to the brother Deep.
Oh, cool. All
I
right.
came to speak to him, yes, because we have to speak. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا وأقربوا التقوى. Don't know the hatred of people overpower your heart. إخوة, I'm speaking next to my ear. Barakallahu fik.
That's a good brother as well, man. It's a little bit volatile today.
Allah
good
said,
last
hear me out. Allah said, be just, even against yourselves. Okay? So I don't agree with what the brother Deep is doing. I know he's a young brother, sometimes get angry and everything. Naam, so I come speak to him and advise him. You understand? And it's not just brother Deep, there's many Muslims coming here, shouting, as you told me, shouting at her, insulting her. And I don't like that, you understand?
Yeah, good, that's
So
good.
I'm free from that. I don't like it, I'm against it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm coming to clarify that as well. But what we say, you as well, watch your mouth. Don't get angry, start insulting Sharia. If you disagree with Sharia, no one's forcing you to accept Sharia.
I don't like Sharia, so.
But you keep saying you don't like Sharia.
What I'm saying,
Yeah,
I don't like it. I'm not
Okay,
going to say I do.
so you don't like to be someone good.
Or let me say Sharia law, the penal code.
Okay, Sharia law means to go
Yeah,
to
the penal code.
You mean
The
specific.
penal code. The penal code.
What's the penal
The
code?
penal code is the punishments.
Okay, just the hudud. You don't like this one,
Yeah,
punishment.
that's it.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
it.
Well, that's quite a lot.
It's not quite a lot.
I mean, if,
You see, he doesn't even know how many of
dude,
them.
it's enough that you know.
No, it's not.
Wash our
It's
hands
good.
before we pray. That's
It's Sharia.
So this is why I'm saying.
Excuse me.
Hold on.
No. There
This
is
is
a lot
why-
of killing now. What is the solution for
This is
murderers?
why I don't agree with capital punishment.
No,
So-
forget about capital
Oh,
punishment.
no. Like, why don't-
Raj, my
if I don't
question was
agree
to
with-
you. We're gonna summarize it.
Yeah.
I always ask the non-Muslims, because in Islam, Allah mentioned in the Quran that if you kill someone, like in Sunnah, your life should be taken as well. Why? Because you are a person, you don't care about people's life. So imagine I'm a person going to commit a murder. If I know the verse, I say, hold a minute. If I kill someone, they're gonna take my life too. So what I do, I'm not gonna do it. So I save two lives. I save my life and the other person's life. But if I know if I'm killing someone, I'm gonna go to Holiday Inn, get 3 meals a day, go education, go gym, and probably I will get PlayStation 2, probably I will get a phone. Bro, it's better than outside. Outside you have to pay tax, you have to pay bills. Inside you don't have to pay bills, none of that.
All right.
Lose
So-
the Sharia of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
All right.
Save your life and the
All right.
people's
So
life.
the reason I'm against death penalties is because there have been a lot of miscarriages of justice or people being put
That's
in
different
prison.
subject.
Hold on. So
That's
you,
different
so
subject.
there would never be a point like if somebody does a miscarriage of justice,
Okay, so in
they could.
principle, you agree with it then?
In
No,
principle.
I don't agree with it because
so why mention that then?
what I'm saying, that is one. That is
So
one
in
big factor.
So we don't even agree with that at all.
It's one
don't
big
agree
factor.
with
it.
I don't
Raj, you
agree
just
with the
said
death
it.
penalty.
Some-
I don't agree with the death penalty. What's so
Raj,
hard
Okay,
to
but you said
understand?
the reason you don't agree with it
I said
because
one
of
of the
injustice.
reasons.
Okay. So you
One.
don't agree.
So it could be a
agree-
multiple reasons. It could be 10 other reasons.
No, but that reason you mentioned, he's refuting that reason.
So one reason, I said one reason is that there have been a lot of
So that's not the main
miscarriages of
reason.
justice.
It's not the main
It's
reason.
not because I think killing someone, I think God should be punishing people for that, and humans can put them into prisons. And
Yeah, but
punish
prison's
them
not
that way.
doing the-
But
prison's not helping.
But I'm saying I agree with the prison system over the death penalty.
Raj, prison.
my own personal
I understand that,
opinion.
Raj. Prison is not resolving the problem. What should we do?
Look, it's a,
Right, if someone
the-
killed your mother, what would you do to him? Put him
He's
in
gonna
prison?
kill him.
yeah, I'd put him in prison.
Nah.
If you had
People
a
No, I
talk.
wouldn't.
If you had a choice to kill him or imprison him, and it was proven beyond reasonable doubt he killed your mother, would you
I would
imprison
put him in prison.
He will talk. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Do you know what?
I'm against the death
No,
penalty.
I'll tell you what. A non-Muslim spoke to me. He said to me, you know what? I hate Islamic law, but when my father was stabbed to death, I was wishing for the criminal to be killed as well. You see, when it
that's the
happens to
difference.
them, they change.
That's
But when it
different.
happens to other people,
Hold on.
no, let
Hold
us
on.
care about the
Hold on,
criminal
hold on.
more than the
Hold on,
victim.
Hold on. It doesn't mean I don't want harm upon that person. My gut instinct would be to hurt him. But my humanity would say let God punish him and let him be in prison and punish him
Okay,
that way.
gut instinct, what is that? Is that the yearning for justice?
That is a savage gut instinct that
No,
man,
it's not.
man needs to control.
It's not.
It's a savage gut instinct
No,
that
it's not.
man needs to control.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
not.
It's a gut instinct
Who you
of a
say
man.
it is? Wait.
Yeah, but
Your
I'm giving my opinion.
Okay, is it subjective or objective?
Well, I mean, obviously it's subjective.
Okay, hear me out. Akhi, listen. He said my opinion is subjective. Can you explain to the viewers what is subjective?
Well, I mean, obviously it's my opinion.
No, I ask you. Of course,
And
I
so-
understand
and so-
that. Raj, I
and so it's
understand that.
subjective. You-
no,
you-
Raj,
you-
you're going off topic. Raj, please.
Obviously-
No, Raj,
no,
let's do this
hold
part and
on,
we go.
hold on.
No, Raj,
Hold on.
can you explain to people what is subjective?
Because at the end of the day, me saying that wanting to kill someone
Raj, I'm not asking you
for
that. Please,
hurting them
Raj,
is a subjective feeling.
Raj, I'm not
Is it
asking you that. Raj, you said
Because
that,
one
Raj,
man-
the off subject,
one man
you said it's
may not
subjective.
feel that.
Raj, no problem. You said it's subjective. Can you tell people what is subjective?
What do you mean? What is the definition of subjective?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can vary between different people.
No, subjective mean can be right or wrong. It's wrong.
Objective is
Objective
when you've
is
got an
absolute
objective
right.
Yeah, and obviously,
Yeah.
yeah. So it
no,
can be your individual opinion. So one person
No,
may have a view about one thing, and one person might have a view about something else.
I understand that, Raj.
And it could be a subjective view.
I understand that, Raj. You said that to ask for someone, if someone murders someone, and if you will ask, either you will take his life or put him in prison. You said taking his life is savage thing.
That's my opinion.
Let me finish
And it's a
point.
subjective
Let me finish point, yes.
Yeah.
It's subjective.
Yeah.
And subjective mean it could be right or wrong.
Yeah,
correct?
I agree with that.
So you're not sure about
Yeah,
it.
I've never said it's conclusive.
So you're not sure about it.
I didn't say I was conclusive.
I understand that.
Human beings
No,
are very,
hear me out.
very complicated.
Raj, you're
So-
not sure about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure about
So
everything.
therefore you should.
I'm not sure about a lot of things.
I'm coming to it. Therefore, you should have no saying concerning it. Because if I'm not, hear me out.
If that's the
Allow me
case,
to
then
finish my point.
hold on. Oh, go on,
You know,
go
let me
on.
finish. If I'm not sure this is a camera, can I say to the people it is a camera? I'm not sure. What I have to do, I have to make up my mind, then say it. Correct? So you're not sure that punishment is true or is false or is right or wrong. It's also your subjective opinion.
alright.
Therefore, make up your mind, then come speak about it.
What it is, yeah,
That's it.
if he was to go by that logic, then we can't discuss anything. I have no
No, we
opinion
can.
about
Of course,
anything.
no, we can. You know what?
Because
if it comes from God, it's objective.
Most opinions will be subjective.
Except from
Yeah.
God. Except from
Yeah,
God.
but
Raj.
that's your particular.
Even you believe that as well.
Yeah, from my position, obviously.
But you
as a
believe
religion-
whatever comes from God is objective.
As a religion, you're going to have objective beliefs.
Raj, come talk about
But
God. Come and talk about God, Raj.
Yeah, I'll be the greatest mujahideen known to mankind.
This guy's a clown.
I'm only joking. Let's keep on the thingy, man.
Anyway,
man.
But anyway, let me clarify something. We're not talking about this issue. I'm not trying someone say Shamsi is telling people to go kill the one who's killing people. I'm saying this was just discussing some matters and issues. In Islam, no one is allowed to carry out these rulings except the government. And not a crazy man speaks corner. Even imagine someone says he's a Muslim and he say, you know what, I left Islam. None of us here is allowed to touch him. According to Shamsi, according to Islamic law, because the punishment laws that which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed, it is for the government, the authority to take it. Likewise, not for foolish ones come this country, say, you know what, let us have our own Sharia in our area. That's from the foolishness. That Islam is free from it. Okay? Islam is free from it. In our country, don't try to impose your way on us. Just as you don't like it if we try to impose our way on you. And don't call us backward, because you have no criteria to determine what is backward, what is not. Because your mentality, if we don't follow the European way, we are backward. And if we follow your way, we become civilized. So stop that. I hope that is clear.
Alright,
Subhanakallah.
Anyway, man, it's good to talk.
That is what is happening. Anyway,
We'll carry on, obviously in a civilised manner. We'll carry on.
Inshallah.
As well, man.
You know, I'm a bit passionate.
Yeah, that's one of your brothers, isn't it, man? he was one of the only guys that was very polite to Sophia last time. I don't know about today, but around 2 weeks ago, he was one of the only Muslim guys that come over.
It's good, you
and
know.
was
I
very
mean,
polite. So give him a big up for that.
Yes.
Yeah, because everyone else was being abusive, and he come over and was
it's not good. It's not good.
He doesn't
It's not
agree with
Islam.
what it is. Yeah,
That's
he
not
didn't
Islam.
agree with her lifestyle. and what
That's
she
true,
did.
that's true.
But he was polite when he was speaking to her and asked sensible
That's
questions.
good. That's good, Akhim.
So that's how you
Barakallah fiik.
behave, like, you know.
That's good. That's
because
good.
when you spoke to him, you probably had a different idea of what a Muslim is than after you spoke about with him.
Yeah.
Because not all the rest of them were like being cruel to her and stuff.
So Alhamdulillah, now you have idea about Muslims. Not every Muslim is an evil man.
Yeah, I know that. I know.
Alhamdulillah, because there's a video I was watching. You're talking to someone and you said based upon my experience, Muslims are.
Yeah, most
Bad.
of
I
my
saw that
friends.
as well, yeah.
Yeah, but you met just few Muslims here speak Sunnah. Rather, I would say it. Yeah, a lot of Muslims here comes here. They are ignorant of Islam, just coming for fun. And I advise them many times. I said, my brother, study Islam because you make Islam look bad.
We don't want to go on a negative note,
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
can
yeah.
talk about it in the future. But she has said her previous experience, even outside the park, has been very negative from the Muslim community.
Okay.
So
I
it's
don't
not
know.
it's just not a small scenario here. It's been over a long period of time. But we don't want to go negative, so we can talk about it in the future.
Can I give you something to read, if you don't mind?
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah,
can please read it, because now if you read this book, inshallah, this is a nice book called this Islam.
You live stream.
Doesn't mean you're gonna become Muslim or something.
Big up,
Read
big up.
it and then think about it. Okay. Okay. So I'm saying. Anyway, it's my pleasure to meet you, lot.
All right, anyway, man.
Take care.
Yeah, well
Look
done.
after yourself.
The only person I'm shaking his hand, everyone else I give fist bumps.
Raj, be careful.
Oh, sorry.
He's taking the mic with him.
Sorry, I'm taking it with me. All right, thanks a lot, bro.
Anyway, so inshallah we'll try to سبحانك الله بحمدك اشهد ان لا اله الا انت استغفرك واتوب اليك.
Hey, Shamsi, where you going now?
No, no.
Okay, I want to ask you something.
From your
Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
This time's going to keep it positive without bullshit.
So here right now, I'm saying.
We're going to be talking hardcore, man.
This video. No, after we go in, innit? We
I'll
go
make
in.
sure I expose all the chocolate
We have to go live.
90% of the Muslims are chocolate.
Is go live a real Muslim?
Go Live, I think Go Live at least has the balls to say how he feels it is, man. So I've got to give him props for that.
There's no diluting the people.
Whether he's a real Muslim, I can't really say. That's not for me to say. All right, so can we get started?